Wow. Doesn't cry. So, you're back in the fair.
From the West back.
There we go. No. Do it now.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that's working.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Keep talking.
Yeah, we're just having a few IT issues here that we're just sorting.
Right, yeah.
But we are now live for the doubles main knockout final. You'll see the score on the screen at the moment is 1-0 to Ian David and to Adam Holmes against Sam Baker and Ben McIntosh. We are in frame 2.
Thank you for that, that Teach. I'm here with the legendary Teach, Steve Aldrich. I am Akhlil Nadeem. Yeah, we've had some IT issues this evening. Switching off and back on again didn't resolve the issue, so we managed to resolve that now, thanks to our IT technical team. We are in the second frame. Four great players here, Teach. Best of 7, a race to 4. It's take your pick, take your chances, because this is a flip of a coin.
Yeah, Ben's at the table at the moment on reds, I believe, or
I think they may be on yellows, possibly.
yellows.
I think that is a foul, ball in hand. It is. So doubles main following this match will be our doubles plate. That will be our second match on this table.
So ball in hand, Halil. So international rules, anywhere on the table.
Anywhere on the table, one shot. So not like the world rules where you have 2 shots and carry. He's tackling his hard ball first. It's a big ball here. Played that very confidently.
Just been caught out again a little bit by the pace.
It has, yeah, indeed.
But I think this red does cut back into the corner.
Just got to watch.
Just a little bit of drama happening down here at the club. We've got some line dancing as we always do on a Monday night.
We certainly do. Did you ever fancy a bit of line dancing, Teach?
Not those kind of lines.
No? The only lines I know is 100 lines in school.
Absolutely.
And you can't teach that.
That's a lovely, lovely pot.
Lovely shot. Lovely shot. If they win this... So this is the first of 4, is that correct, Teach?
Yeah, best of 7. So
Best of
first
7s.
4 frames.
And as you say, the table it's a neutral venue, so it does catch both teams out. Unforced error there by Ian David, and that could be the opening that Ben and Sam are looking for.
Yeah, still got that yellow tied up with the other 2 reds. It's
Yeah.
tricky at the top of the table.
Indeed.
Just need to navigate how they're going to get that one out.
But they've got a tough opener, first of all, or they can play safe. They may elect to play safe, depends how they feel. They're just having a discussion between themselves.
And although we're only in the second frame, you get that feeling that this next shot is a really crucial one.
Certainly
You
is.
don't want to go 2 frames down.
Absolutely not in the race to 4.
So
Indeed.
You can understand why they're having a real good chat about this, Ben and Sam.
Both teams, they've had to win 5 matches to get here. The doubles started on the 2nd of July at the beginning of the season. We're now coming to the end of the season, where we're almost concluding the summer season, and in a few weeks' time we will be starting the winter season. Is he taking this red on? Or is he playing safe?
I think he takes this on.
No, he's playing safe. He's asked to.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
No, but what he has done, he has blocked that red in the yellow pocket.
Yeah, maybe that was his intention the whole time, to try and take that back.
Because now it's a problem now for Ian and Adam. If you just join us live once again, we are live at the Westbeck in Beckenham. It's doubles final tonight. It's our doubles main, starting off with Ian David and Adam Holmes versus Ben McIntosh and Sam Baker. As I mentioned, 4 great players from 2 great teams. This has got 4-3 written all over it, so we could be in for a while.
And that miss by Adam there is just let
That could be the opening that they're looking for.
Just got to watch the pace here.
Indeed. I think the yellow does the other yellow go into the same pocket as this?
We'll see with his next shots.
Oh,
Yeah, that's tight corner pockets again. It's just caught Ben out this time.
I think it's catching all 4 players out. To be fair to Flair, it's definitely catching both teams away out.
So once again, just builds the drama a little bit around.
It certainly does. You could cut the tension with a knife. Referee there watching. Ian David he's partial to an egg sandwich. Loves an egg sandwich, the fella.
And I think he's leaving Adam a possible plant here into the left middle.
He certainly is. It's not a gimme, is it? There's quite a bit of a gap, Teach, between both reds.
There is, and you're losing the cue ball a little bit here, so I don't think you can just drop this in. We'll see. It's hard to tell the angle from here. Yeah, that was
Well, that could be. That's a big mistake there. And now, not only their reds are safe, but a clearance for both beg your pardon, for Ben and Sam to get a foothold in this match. Play that nicely. He's going to try and hold, if he can, in the middle of the table for the final yellow. Just drop it in, very nicely done.
Natural angle on this should take it back
Yeah.
across for the black in the same time.
Indeed. Oh, that is a... As you mentioned, Teach, I think this table is catching all four players out.
It is, although that was a fair miss, to be fair to Sam. Whether he's just got tension in the arm.
Possibly, it could be early nerves. Could be early nerves.
Would expect Sam to normally get those.
Absolutely. But this is no gimme for these two reds if they're going to go for it. Or they maybe even think they may be playing the snooker, possibly. Develop the red.
Yeah, that red that's higher up the table.
Yep. And my sister just walked past for the 8th time this evening. Do you know my sister, Teach? She just walked past. I think
I don't know her.
I think she's a bit lost. Also, shout out to our sponsors: Capital Access Limited, Mark Harris and Co. sponsoring the league. So a big thank you to Mark Harris for sponsoring the league.
So they have taken your advice, Halil, and they've got that difficult red out.
The only problem they've done there, Teach, is they just put the red back on the cushion.
That obviously wasn't part of the plan.
But I think maybe a cheeky little swerve here, maybe a bit of left-hand side English. Or it's very hard if they can see that yellow direct. It's quite hard to tell. He's eyeing this up.
Just waiting for someone to come out of the toilet, I think.
Yeah, that's my uncle. Sorry, my sister. Just walking past for the 10th time. I think she's looking for the 119 bus to Bromley. He's taking this on, I think.
I think he is. I think you can just see.
Great shot. Do you know what? He had to put all his attention in the pot. Just take his medicine. It's a big black coming up, Teach.
Yeah, this is huge. Only the second frame, but
It is.
once again in a race to 4.
This is tension.
Don't want to fall 2-0 behind.
Absolutely not, especially in a best of 7.
And it's the pocket that caught Sam out a moment ago.
Got to watch Ian off here. It's a great
He's
black.
nailed that one.
He's actually sunk that black. That's an unbelievable pot. It's one apiece, Teach. Anyone's game. So, Teach, how you been keeping? It's been a while since our last stint in the comms box. How have we been doing?
It's been a couple of weeks. Just come back from the Interleague Knockout Cup Nationals.
Yes, from Hemsby.
A weekend up there.
How was that, Teach?
That was good fun. So we got there Thursday lunchtime. Had a bit of practice on the Thursday and the Friday. Team event for us started on the Saturday morning. We got out of our group, so 4 teams in the group. We got out of our group, finished second. In the last 64, we came up against Telford. Good team. They've kind of got to the latter stages in recent years. Lost 10-7. Could have gone either way, to be fair, but good weekend, good fun, and lots of pool. So
absolutely, yeah. And I know some teams, they started on Friday night as well. That's a great break by Adam. Ball potted.
That is an absolutely lovely break.
if I was a betting man, which I'm not a betting man, I would go. Would you go for the old yellow bellies here?
Yeah, I think the first yellow is probably easier than the first red. So
Yeah. One thing about the Westbeck, they do great pizza here, don't they? They do fantastic pizza. So a shout out to the bar staff at the Westbeck for great pizza. I'm having a margarita pizza. And what are you having, Teach?
I don't know what this is. It's
think-
got a little bit of sweet chili, a little bit of chicken, a little bit of everything.
Bit of meat feast, isn't it? He's gone for.
They've
Gone for reds. The only thing I would say is the two reds on the right hand side of the black. That could be a problem.
It's hard to tell whether that lower red of the two passes in the middle.
Possibly, yeah.
If that does, then it's all open. So I think he's probably going to just drop this one in.
Is he a bit hampered on the black? Possibly. They've got to just mind their work here. Ian himself, he's won the doubles many times with Scott Harrison. But I believe this is a new concept in this season where your doubles partner can be from a different team. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely true. So although Mev moved to a different team for the summer, he's still paired with Graf in the doubles competition. So that's one example.
Did that start this season, Teach, or was it previous season?
I'm not entirely sure. I think it's been there for a couple of seasons now. Now I'm wondering here whether they need to play this red off the yellow and just generate the cue ball with a little bit of movement around the table. I'm not quite sure the angle they've got, but he's certainly having a good look, Adam, is at whether these reds pass the yellow. Let's see how he plays this one.
He looks a bit wrong angle, I think, maybe. He's played that with a lot of right-hand side. I'm looking from here, Teach, and I think the bottom red does go in the middle. Maybe the top one does. I can't tell from.
I think it's the top one he's playing.
Yeah,
yeah, it was tight.
I think if the yellow wasn't there, Teach, he would have potted it. Because the yellow was there, it was like a distraction, possibly. So, Ben and Sam coming to the table. Possible clearance on. The only obstacle is, as you know, Teach, is the yellow on the left-hand side cushion.
Yeah, I can't see Sam and Ben turning down this chance.
No, not at all. This is definitely a clearance on here. They've got no cannons to be made, no reds in the way. Just going to mind your work, Teaching, and this could be 2-1 to Sam and Ben.
It's quite a clever shot by Sam there, because I think he's saying to Ben, "Let's take out the hardest ball."
That's not a bad call.
And it's a bit of a shot to nothing.
It is indeed. Yeah. If you pot this yellow, what's his pocket like there, Teach?
If you hit it well, it will take.
And Ben's a great cubist. He played it confidently. The right way to play it. But to be fair, they're now holding all the cards, Ben and Sam, where Ian and Adam, two difficult reds, possibly may take this bottom red in the right bottom pocket. It's a difficult cut, and then from there. But then the thing is, Teach, where the black is at the moment, the black's in the yellow part of the. So, is it beneficial for them to go for it? Possibly not. But they may be looking at the double on the other red into the yellow pocket.
Yeah, they did have a look at that a moment ago, but they're now looking at the cue ball being up the table. So I'm just wondering. There is the option of the double, obviously the cut into the bottom right.
How's your doubles, Teach?
Not good, Khalil.
No, same here. I do like a double. I like a double vodka Red Bull, but that's for another day. And also as well, Teach, just to remind our viewers, there is no shot clock as well, so they can take as long as they want.
It looks like Adam is taking this one on.
He missed it in the same way that Sam missed his yellow earlier in the same pocket.
He takes the fucking little Brazilian cunt off, takes that, puts fucking defenders on. How are you going to win with defenders? You've got to fucking...
I don't think that yellow where he's left to right, Teach. I don't think he can cut where he's left to right.
So
No.
they've got options here. They could lay a little snoop behind that yellow if they're feeling like they don't want to go game.
Do you know what, Teach? I think that's a fair to flare comment. I think he will play this snooker.
Or they have got a potential plant if they take this long yellow and then it is game on again.
I think they're going with your advice, Teach. That's why I'm sitting here and they're playing out there. It's unlucky. It was very unlucky. There was a bit of a gap there, but you fancied Sam to get that.
I think it was the right shot, and you've still got that kind of cushion of the black being a little bit tied
Absolutely.
up in that corner.
When they sit down on the training ground, fucking, what's that about? You know, we can see it, can't we? I don't know.
So they're just looking at the moment where they want to leave the cue ball there. They're definitely going to take this red that's over the bag. They've just got to kind of map out this route from the last red to the black.
Do you think they maybe want to take the black out as well?
I don't think it helps them. I think they're just concentrating on getting on this red.
They got the wrong. Are they looking maybe at the cross double? Maybe Teach.
Yeah, they've gone a little bit far for that, but they could do the cross double. He's jacking up like he might be.
Yep, and then bring the white down towards the black. Double kiss there.
Dreaded double kiss.
Oh, the DDK. The DDK.
So that is pretty disastrous for Ian and Adam.
If I was a betting man, I think this is 2-1
to all safe on the cushion.
To Ben and Adam. Sorry, Ben. Get my names mixed up here, Teach. To Ben and Sam. Just going to mind your work, and it should be 2-1. Yeah, nice shot there.
Yeah, it's cute,
left himself an option of 2 balls there. Played himself in a bit of an area.
So which one's your final yellow? Do you leave the one at the top till last? Is that your last yellow, Hello? They're going, it probably is now.
Do you know what? I've got a funny feeling they may go for that yellow next after this yellow. So up to the top, up to the green back, up the green pocket.
That's a lot of work. Just drop this in the corner, and you've got the yellow in the middle.
That's why you're the better player, Teach. That's why I'm sitting here twiddling my thumbs.
I think they always say, mind your traffic and don't go up and down the table too many times if you don't need to.
That's one thing about London. There's a lot of traffic in London. It's a great. Oh, he's just on this.
Yeah, he's fine.
Cheeky,
Building a bit of tension for our viewers. Hello.
bit of a cheeky draw, bit of a cheeky deep draw on this.
Yeah, she's going to watch the pace a little bit. Once again, this table is quick.
And
it will fly. It will fly.
It's flying like I was going to Gatwick Airport. Terminal 1. He's got a shot to nothing here, Teach, with a double. It's a free shot. And where they're not going to be, where the red is very safe. Yep. Oh. Teach nearly shoulder blocked me out of his seat. He couldn't believe it. It's a big shot here, Teach, to take this down the rail. Can't even play it. There's no double on.
It is. I'm just wondering if you can play it in a certain way where you are obviously trying to cut it into the top corner.
You're going to be. It's going to be
bring the cue ball out.
Possibly.
So potentially blocking that bag for the black.
Cut of a surgeon, as they say.
Just can't tell from here how close that red is to the knuckle and whether the knuckle is going to come into play.
I'm looking from my vantage point. It is fairly close. It is fairly close to the knuckle.
So it is Ian with this shot.
Big shot. I'm not sure if that black does pass the red. It's hard to tell. Teacher's having a look.
It's tight. It's really tight.
It looks like it's marginal tight. Just like my just like my pockets, very tight.
The look on Sam's face. Suggests that it might be. So if he's got half a pocket, he can possibly slow roll it in off the knuckle. Or it looks like they're lining up a possible double. So that does tell us that they've not got much of that pocket to play for. Another big moment in the match.
Teach, I'm starting to lose words. I'm not.
I think they are going for the double.
He's going for your contact double. He's walking. I tell you what, Teach, this frame has gone back and forth.
And once again, he's not left anything easy.
And for the 12th time, my auntie just walked past again for the 12th time.
It worries me that you confuse your sister with your auntie anyway.
Well, you know, I get confused about a lot of things. Do you know, he's played a great shot there. I mean, the black does go, but it's in off central in the middle.
Yeah, I don't think you can see enough of that to take it down to the bottom right. So we are looking at
possible safety shot, or maybe a double in the yellow pocket. I know it's a bit risque. Is he maybe possibly looking to put that black in the left bottom pocket? Or the left bottom bag, as we say in snooker. That bag one, as they say.
Yeah, they've got to make a decision here because, as you said, it's a big frame, but they don't want to make any silly mistakes.
No, I mean, every frame's important, especially in the final. And you've just got to be fully committed. He's still not sure.
He's looking at the cut, but he's worried about the in-off. I'm wondering whether he's safe at this point. Try and get this cue down to the bottom end of the table.
Yeah, leave distance between the red and the white.
And say to the other boys, have a go.
Ask the question.
He has taken on the cut.
That's unlucky. That was so close.
That was a great effort.
It was a great effort, absolutely.
But this time, I think this red does cut in the middle. Easily done. And this is Adam Holmes with the black.
And at the black at his mercy.
For a 2-1 lead.
2-1 lead. The black at his mercy. I think Teachers has got 4-3 written all over it.
I think we are going to go all the way, but...
Three great frames so far. The first frame was a bit more cut and dry, but the last two was nip and tuck, and I think that's going to be the pattern of the match. Both teams jockeying for position, trying to get some sort of advantage.
You can come back, you can play it when it's the ladies one, is that right?
So frame 4 is going to be bent to break.
Frame 4 of a possible 7.
The only one you can do it is with the ladies on the free.
Another great break off.
A lovely break.
I'm not being biased here, Teach, but Ben McIntosh, one of the finest curists in the league.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with you there.
And I'm not just saying that because I'm borrowing his cue. No, he's a great curist. All four great curists. If you just join us live, following this match, we have our doubles plate final after this, following this match. Looking going for yellows here. I think that yellow still cuts in the middle.
Yeah, he'd be disappointed with that cannon because it certainly wasn't intended. So they've chosen to go yellows.
I think that white may come off the cushion a bit more faster because, once again, they're playing in a neutral venue. It's hard to judge the pace of the table.
Yeah, just left them a little bit awkward here.
Possibly maybe looking at maybe the double. There's been a few doubles in this match.
Yeah, I think the double could be the shout here. If they can make the double, then it leaves that yellow along the right hand.
Yeah, and then
And they're back in business.
here we go. The double it is. He's walking.
Played that lovely.
Very nice. Played the pocket weight as well, Teach. Played it very well. Just gonna drop this yellow in.
Yeah, don't need to do too much with the cue ball.
Yeah,
Maybe run it through.
It's gonna be automatic position on the next yellow in the yellow pocket, and it could be 2-all here in a matter of moments. Great shot there by Sam. Played it confidently. Left himself some options here on 3 yellows potentially.
Yeah, I was thinking he'd take the yellow nearest to him now into the left middle, but your shout with that yellow at the top and getting that out of the way.
Yeah, because
It's probably the biggest. You've got to get him that black. Haven't
you do, and I think maybe get that yellow out first because you still got option of three yellows left. I'll tell you what, Teach, sitting here, you don't miss a ball. I've missed a ball in 45 years sitting here. I'm not sure if that yellow goes in the
right middle. They've looked at it a couple of times.
Right.
The way Ben's played that suggests to me that it possibly does.
You're going to try and drop this in as slowly as possible.
I think ideally they would have taken the yellow on the left first into the left middle.
Yeah, that's a good shout there, Teach. That's a good shout.
Because that only has really one pocket.
Yeah, that's the most. So I think the yellow nearest to him, that also goes in the middle as well, in the same middle pocket.
Yeah, he's definitely going to take this one. It's whether he can
Hold it.
slow roll it and hold it for his last yellow.
For the yellow in the opposite middle, and then the black in the yellow pocket. Am I right in saying this is a break and dish as well? I think it would be a break and dish.
Yeah, Ben's just taking a little step back here. He's
and that's always a good thing. If you're not sure, get up from the shot, reset, start again. Just play it as slowly as possible. That's a lovely weight. He's a bit closer to the ball cushion than he wanted, but he's left a shot for Sam in the middle. He's going to be a bit further away from the black than he wanted.
Yeah, on the camera, that yellow looks like it's a straight drop in, but it's really not. That cue ball is going to come right down the table here.
Yeah, it's going to be a slow roll, and also playing for the pace of the table.
Yeah, I think that's the best he could have done in that situation.
Do you know what? Yeah, and also take your medicine. Take your medicine. Get what you're handed with. So 100% on this black, which I'm sure Ben will do.
Just from playing here as my home venue, this is a tight pocket. This top left
Right.
one.
That's a great black. Yes.
And if you play at that pace, then
Yeah, you're giving the pocket every chance. That is 2-all and a break and dish by Ben and Sam. Nicely done.
and a little fist pump between the two balls.
Yeah, I saw that. So from 2 previous scrappy frames, which would have gone either way, it's 2 apiece, Teach. I still stand by my prediction. I think it's got 4-3 written all over it.
Well, we're now down to a best of 3.
Best of 3, yeah.
For a season that started, was it July the 2nd?
July the
3 months ago, we now come down to a best of 3 to win the trophy.
Yeah, as I mentioned, five tough matches. That both teams, they had 5 tough rounds to get through. As I mentioned earlier, July the 2nd that started for them, for both double teams. A lot of matches. A lot of rounds. This was all about, folks. This was all about.
So Adam Holmes with a break this time.
Great break.
That is another crunching break.
Absolutely. And this could be. They could. You know what? They may even return the compliment here.
Those yellows are an absolute dream, Halil.
Do you know what? These yellow bellies are looking lovely. We could be seeing another potential break in dish here to return the compliment.
And it's amazing how the tide can turn just with a crunching break.
Yeah, the break-off so important in these rules. If you get a ball off the break, you got the advantage straight away. Ian can't he's looking for the rest here.
He wants a rest already.
I think personally he needs to lay off the egg sandwiches personally, but that's another story. Ian knows I'm joking. Ian, a very accomplished snooker player, as well as Adam Holmes. In fact, probably all four players. And because he's missed that, it is now open Michaela. Is that correct? Open Michaela, open table. And what did you say, Teach? The tide could be turning.
Yeah, but not the way we predicted. So yeah, in international rules, once you break and pot, the table is still open until the next ball is potted. So obviously, Ian's missed that yellow in the corner. So Sam and Ben back at the table, open table, and I can't see them taking anything but yellows.
No, and that is a. I'm gonna call a spade a spade. That was a unforced error from Ian. He was using the rest, bear in mind, but he wasn't. What was it? A 7 or 8 and 10 shot? Would you say, Teach?
Yeah, you back yourself to make.
Of course, you back that. Of course. I do like a long pot, so I probably back myself for a long pot in. But I think the last time I missed a long pot was 4 years ago. So Sam starting, lovely shot there. He's found the gap between the two reds. Has he found the gap for the other? He has him.
Yeah, I think Ben's looking to, or maybe he's just looking to where lead this next one.
Just need to make sure, Teach, that he's not snookered on that yellow by the two reds. Unless you can see it directly now. He's just looking the way he wants to leave the white for Sam. Sam's looking. I think he left him. I think he's left him perfect on this yellow.
Yeah, Sam's getting down for this very quickly. I think he's.
You can always tell from a player when they get down pretty quickly on the shot. Lovely.
Pace looks absolutely spot on.
You couldn't put that white better by your hand, Teach.
So he's just going to drop this yellow into the middle, I assume, and take the
and then
yellow
take
to the left of the two.
and then and dot the I's and the T's.
And then it's just stun shots.
Just tap-ins. Let's roll this in a bit of top. Oh, lovely. Oh, lovely.
Yeah, that looks good.
As you say, stop shots. Oh, I've just knocked this off. Can you still hear me? Yeah, hopefully you can. Nice stop shot there.
Yeah, just roll that through an inch.
He has a bit, yeah, because he may come in the black. That's what Ben's looking at.
Yeah, no, he should be all right to avoid the black. He's just got to get to this jiggle enough. No, slight feather.
Yeah. Do you know what this black reminds me of the Dennis Taylor 85 black with Steve Davis.
So this black for a 3-2 lead. And he's absolutely nailed it.
He played it very confidently, and they're on the and not only 3-2 in front, they're also on the hill.
Yeah, Ian will be disappointed with that last shot. He would back himself to pot that 99 times out of 100.
Well, I tell you what a standard now. They've raised their game tenfold because it was a breaking dish in the first frame. I believe that was a reverse. That was a reverse dish.
It was, and now Sam and Ben have got the break again. So
They're holding all the aces. They're pushing. They're going for the big win. Where they,
I just hope that mistake by Ian doesn't end up being their last shot.
it could well be, possibly. Yeah, it depends on this break off. I presume it will be Ben again breaking because I think Ben broke off the frame before last.
Yeah, I'll have to check the rules around the breaking. I don't think it's.
I don't.
Or is it because Sam played the last shot in the last?
I don't think there's. No, I don't. I don't think it matters.
Okay.
I could be wrong though.
What holiday gun is yours?
Another great break, but that could be. Is that a dry break? I believe it is.
I believe that is dry. And he's actually got a similar yellow.
He has.
If he fancies it.
Thing is, the yellow's a little bit closer to the pocket this time than the previous one. This is sort of last chance saloon. If they slip up
this
here,
is a big moment, and once again, these yellows all have pockets, so they're going to fancy taking these out and taking us to a decider. So that will be Adam taking the first shot. And he says to Ian, that's how you pot a yellow in that corner.
I think Adam was rolling his eyes at me when he missed that yellow with the rest in the previous frame. You cannot miss balls at this level, Steve. And as I say that, it happens.
I think Ian's just got that playing on his mind at the moment. Very quickly.
Yeah, and you know what? Also, he's missed the yellow in the same pocket as well. The only thing here, Teach, this is not a straightforward run to the line because the black's on the right hand cushion. They're just discussing their road map, as I like to call it in 9-ball. The only map I know is Google Maps. Going for a red in the middle. Thing is now, Teach, they've got options. So many options now. They've got reds on both sides of the table. If I was him, I would tackle the 3 reds at the top first.
Yeah, I think the two reds nearest to the top are the slight problem balls.
Yeah.
However, I think they'll take this one into the right corner first. Just can't tell what angle they've got to bring the cue ball back across. You don't really want to cannon this red.
No, not at all.
But you might want to do that. Ooh, that's unlucky. And you see they're trying to clear the pocket.
They're trying to clear the pocket, and in these rules, you are allowed to do that. It's like a skill shot. You will not be penalised for that shot.
Yeah, that's really unlucky from Ben.
I mean, with Sam Baker to the table. The thing is, take the red in the middle.
Yeah,
Yep, he is.
This is a key ball.
This could be a possible pathway to winning the final. It's a lovely shot, lovely shot.
What a pot.
Ian and Adam may have played the last shot in tonight's final. It all comes down to that black on the right-hand side cushion, side cushion, I should say.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to disturb it at some point. I can't see an obvious double, or certainly a pocket that it naturally goes in at the moment. So they're just going to have to work out which ball. It may be the final ball that's down the bottom right.
Yeah, that's not. Do you know what? That's probably.
Well,
Well,
attack this ball now.
once again teach the pace of the table. But they got a nice angle here on this red. But they're gonna be wary of the in off in the middle, which I'm sure they'll avoid by jacking down on the white. If you just joined us live tonight, we've got this doubles final tonight. This is the doubles main. Ben McIntosh and Sam Baker are on the hill, leading 3 frames to 2. They win this frame, they win the doubles main final of the Summer League 2025.
Oh, he's played that beautifully. Touch of drag on that.
A lot of drag on that.
So it has now come down to that all-important black ball.
Yeah, Ian and Adam had a few chances in this frame. Key shot coming up. He's worried about the cannon. Yeah, he's looking at the cannon to just hope.
I think he would drop this in. He's just trying to work out where he wants to leave the cue ball.
And also for the black as well. They got, yeah, because
they're going to have to disturb this black, I'm sure, but not easy. Does it sneak in the middle of the yellow?
I was just looking at that actually.
Hard to tell from here.
Yeah, the yellow looks a bit too close to the middle part, to the cushion. Very lovely shot there. Ben's not too happy.
I don't think he played it like that. I think
Right.
He was trying to cannon the reds, but he's actually left himself a cut on this red that will naturally be taking the cue ball towards the black, and now it's all about the luck. If you can catch the top of the black here.
That's unlucky.
Unlucky.
He missed it by a fag paper. But played the yellow, sorry, beg your pardon. Played the red confidently. Where would you put this black, Teach?
Well, I'm just wondering, there is a gap between those 2 yellows. They're in the middle of the table. I don't know if there's a path for the double. I'm certainly looking at something there. Or even if you play off that higher yellow of the 2 in the middle.
Very big moment of the match. If they pot this black, if Ben pots this black, they will be doubles winner.
There's no obvious safety shot here. I think they've got to take it on.
What a shot! What a double! And there you are, folks. There's your doubles main champions of the Summer League 2025. Ladies and gents, that's Ben McIntosh and Sam Baker. Very well done to both players, and also commiserations to Ian and Adam. Ian is going to be thinking about that yellow for the next 4 weeks.
And if you have enjoyed that final, don't go too far, because coming up very soon is our doubles knockout plate final.
Yep, and that'll be, and that's 4 players. That's Dan Fox and Wayne Thomas versus Kenny Bryant and Brian Clark.
Chalk is cheap.
Stay tuned for more action while I scoff down another pizza slice. Yeah, well played. Ben and Sam, they raised their game when they were 2-1 down. No, that's right, 2-1 down. They were, and from 2-1 down, they played very well with a breaking dish in the 4th frame, then had a reverse dish. So once again, many congratulations to Ben McIntosh, Sam Baker, your doubles main Summer League 2025 champions. But don't go away, folks. Stay tuned, because what we have next is our doubles plate final following this match. So stay tuned for more live action with yours truly and Steve Aldridge, aka The Teach, 59.4.
So we'll just take a break for a few minutes now. Well done, Sam.
Come on, go.
John. John, do you want to just keep it running?
Yeah, you can don't stop.
So,
Come get a quick picture of you and we start.
so we're just going to have our custom pictures before we start.
Get a nice little picture of you standing on the table. We'll be done.
Relax.
So the four players are just going to be posing very shortly for their custom picture taken by John Sayers. Once again, if you just joined us, this league is sponsored by Capital Access Scaffolding. So a big shout out to Mark Harris and Capital Access, who've been sponsoring the league for a couple of years now. So 4 players, and the doubles teach. They started a week later on so their journey to the final started on the 7th of July. Dan Fox and Wayne Thomas, they rode to the final. Tough opening match. They had Sean Nash and Ryan Spearing in the first round. They won that 2-1. In the second round, they won again 2-1 against Aidan Robinson and Gavin Knowles. Then in the quarterfinals, they won 3-1 against Becca Ibrahim and Danny Leeson. And in the semi-final, they won 3-1 against Vincent Hughes and Peter Porter.
The legend Peter Porter.
And then Kenny Bryant and Brian Clark, they rode to the final. So in round 1, they won 2-1 against Ian Murray and John Walton. In the second round, they won 2-0 against David Hector and Joseph Briggs. In the quarters, they won 3-2 against Paul Richardson and Shane Barr from the Pear Tree. And in the semi-final, they won 3-1 against Paul Bowden and Alan Where's Your Cucumber? Kumba. So predictions, teach. How are you gonna? What's your predictions for this?
No, it's one final.
I reckon the winner's going to come from Chalky Street. That's as much as I'm predicting at the moment. At the moment, they're just warming up the place.
Oh yes, of course. Do you know what? How stupid am I? This is a local derby. Local derby of 4 players who play in the same team.
I'm looking forward to see how Dan plays, because Dan's just come back from Hemsbury, where I was this weekend, and we were trying the ultimate pool cue balls for the first time.
Yes, I've heard they were trying them down there. How did you find them pool balls?
They were different, heavier.
Okay.
A couple of grams heavier.
And these balls are the numbered balls, aren't they?
They're the numbered balls, so both have got some kind of stripe around them. Although, strangely, the black is just a complete black ball now.
Right, okay,
So
interesting.
it looked like a black from the 1990s or the
Wow.
early 2000s, but everything else looked modern. So the combination of that looked quite strange, but it did play differently. But the tables were lovely all weekend.
Yeah, if I'm right in saying you're playing on the restaurant tables on there, is that right?
They were all restaurants.
Lovely. I've yet to have the pleasure of playing on a restaurant table. The only table I play on is a kitchen table in the house. So here we are. Both teams are just having a custom knock, just to try to get used to the table, get used to the pace of the table.
one after the other final.
And there were a couple of funny stories from the weekend, Halil, that I might share later on in the evening.
Yeah, that'll be a separate commentary, which you folks are going to prescribe for $9.99 for tonight only. But that's going to be an after. That's going to be an after dark stories, which we can't air. Which we can't air.
All family friendly.
Of course.
One's about the great Phil Harrison, who was.
I did look on the EPA website. So on the EPA Facebook page, and I saw a lot of pictures were taken, and I did see Phil there. Tom Kennedy was another one who was there, as well as a lot of the Croydon A, B, and C interleague teams as well. Who do you play for, Teach?
So I represent the SLKPA, which is the South London and Kent All Association.
Right.
And we also have 3 teams out there this weekend. So the 1s, the 2s, and the 3s. Met up with quite a few of the Croydon boys this weekend.
Look, I'm sure at Hemsby it was like probably a who's who in pool there.
It was, and it was nice to bump into a few old faces from back in the day.
I bet it was, yeah.
Nick Poole.
Nick Poole, yeah, I've not seen him.
Legendary Nick Poole.
Yeah, I've not seen Nick in a long time. Lovely guy.
And a guy that I've not seen for about 15 years, Terry Pointer.
Wow.
Played for the Unpredictables
Yes.
back in the day.
Wow.
Lovely to catch up with Terry. A couple of boys from the old Farley teams as well.
Ah, yes. Do you know? Well, that was my first ever team when I came to the Croydon Pool League, and I joined the Pool League in March of 2008, and it was Mark Bannis's team I started with. Yeah, that was the Farley days. They were great days, the great times there. Back then, it was a lovely venue back in the day when you had 3 tables down below. Often used for a lot of competitions as well. You had so many great pool venues back in the day, Teach. I mean, before my time, but obviously we had Susie Q's, which for me will still always be my favourite venue. It was the pool venue for the Croydon Pool League. It was the home of the Croydon Pool League. I think they had 20 plus tables.
They did, and for a while the Farley tried their best. For me, you still can't beat a finals night at the Farley with the 3 tables downstairs and the lights on.
You couldn't, because where you had in the Farley, you had the stairs overlooking the tables, so it was a very intimate setting, very unique, and I loved it. So now we've now got Kenny Bryant and Brian Clark having a quick, as I say, I was going to say a Chris knock actually. Yes. So they're having a knock now. Besides me, I've got the pool player, also DJ Wayne Thomas next to me.
And possibly, if Mark Harris is here tonight, maybe they could get their secondaries matches played, and not just leave it till the end to see whether they need to play them. Wayne Thomas just said nothing to do with him. He's ready to play them when Mark is.
That's what I normally say, nothing to do with me. And also, a reminder that our presentation is not far away. It's in less than 2 weeks' time, on October the 11th, at the South Croydon Conservative Club, my home venue, because I play out there myself.
Saying good night to the legendary Mark Harris.
Yes, indeed. When we talk about legends, that's one legend there, Mark Harris. Close personal friend of mine.
Also bumped into Mark Halsey this weekend.
How was Mark?
He was good. He was down there with the Croydon team. He had a bit of a run-in with Barry Watkins, which was quite fun. All good banter.
Entertaining.
Very entertaining.
I'm sure. Do you know what? Mark Halsey, a great guy. But Mark Halsey, every time I see him on Facebook, he's on a cruise. He's been on so many cruises. He must have miles. Not air miles, ship miles.
I think a Jet2 holiday.
Well, you can't be. Oh, Kenny Bryant saying his custom bye-byes. He has a certain word which I can't repeat on air, which he loves to use, which I'm sure.
If you hear the beep, though, it means Kenny's spoken.
Yes, indeed, indeed.
So as Halil said, Kenny Bryant and Brian Clark are just having their practice knock. And this is our second final of the night, the plate doubles final. Best of 7, so a race to 4. And as we said, all 4 of these players play for Chalk is Cheap on a Tuesday night. So they know each other's games inside out.
I think the first frame, 2 frames, I think is going to be key.
You've got some interesting pairings here. I think you've got Brian Clark, very attacking, and Kenny Bryant, that's a little bit more defensive-minded. But I think you've got similar, potentially in the other pairing as well. Dan Fox, very attacking. Yep. Wayne Thomas, perhaps a little bit less so. But it'd be interesting to see how they combine.
Four great players, and when it comes to Dan Fox, you must address him as Sir. Not sorry, sir, but sir. Yeah, you'll be hearing me say sir a few times. And then there's John Sayers, who's having his 8th pint of the night.
Mrs. Sayers drove me down.
I think John Sayers will be on the karaoke later on. That's going to be after 10 o'clock.
Is that the night session?
So if you just joined us, just to let you know that I've just been told.
On the grapevine, breaking news.
John, what was that?
Scott won 5-0.
So in the singles main semi-final tonight, Scott Harrison has won at 5-0 against.
I'm going to be a bit biased here. Terry, he beat Terry. Yeah, so Scott Harrison has been informed. He's just won the semi-final 5-0 against Terry Doak. I know he's been on fire lately, Scott, and I'm not just saying that because he's a mate of mine, but he has been on fire with a new cue which Barry Watkins sold him recently. He's been making dishes for fun. But just to recap on our first final tonight, Teach, the winners of the doubles main, Ben McIntosh and Sam Baker. Once again, many congratulations to them both. I'm not
4-2 winners.
4-2 winners.
It's Adam Holmes and Ian David.
I'm not sure if that's their first doubles win, but still, it's a great achievement in a hard format. I mean, me personally, Scottish doubles, it's never agreed with me. But then again, doubles is there to challenge you for both players because you're not playing your own game, you're playing no one's game basically. But you're also playing to your partner's strengths as well.
And as has become custom in recent finals, Halil, they've just lagged for the break.
And who won the lag there, Teach?
Well, Dan Fox is racking them, so I can assume that it's going to be Dan Fox and Wayne Thomas
Here we are.
break in the first frame.
And we are off, folks. We're going to be, in a matter of moments, our doubles plate final, our custom handshake. And we are down for our second final of the night, Teach. A race to 4, best of 7, international rule set. As Teach doing a bit of technical IT work on our laptop here, on our streaming laptop. I can hardly hear myself speak with the music in the background. Dan Fox.
Side break there, Dan.
With the old cut break, you mean? And was there ball potted? Teach.
Yeah, red ball has been potted.
So you don't have to be Inspector Gadget to work out what they're going to be going for. It's going to be obviously yellow bellies.
Yeah, and this first yellow into the right middle, off the red, opens up the entire frame.
No, once again, Teach, and that's an excellent call by yourself, Teach. And it's always important as well as in this game, Teach, to get rid of your hard balls early. Don't leave them to the latter balls. And they're off and running. We could have, I'm going to call it early, if they put this red off the, if they put this yellow off the red, clear that pocket, and we could be home and hosed early for a break in dish.
Yeah, I think the red's further over than it looks on the camera.
Okay.
I think there is a clean path.
Yeah, I don't know if they wanted to cannon that yellow as far as they wanted to.
Yeah, it's a little bit awkward now. It just
It
makes
is.
you wonder whether they should have taken that yellow down the bottom left. first
Possibly,
of all.
yeah, possibly.
Yeah, they tried to play with the tracer side there to bring it over and missed the pot. So, I don't
So-
know, mistake of the final ready, Halil.
Yep. And now off is their first visit to the table for Kenny Bryant and Brian Clark. Obviously, the obstacle will be the two reds at the bottom, but there could be the two reds at the bottom could be a plant possibly, or could be made into a plant, or maybe off this red to and great positional shot. He's got this white on a last Seuss.
Yeah, he's played that nice. He'd like that yellow to have dropped in the corner just to have that open bag. but-
Absolutely. And they're off and running, these guys, and they play, and you know what? They're playing quite positive. They're playing very positively, playing quite quick as well.
This ref's going to watch this because that cube was very close to this. ref.
Indeed.
Yeah, I don't know if he's missed a trick there.
What was that? Sorry, Teach. Was that a close call of
It
it?
was a close call for a push, but I think he's just missed a trick there the way he's played that because he's still got this tricky red down the bottom.
And he's got the wrong angle here, I think, on this red. Maybe I'm wrong. You can play this with a lot of right hand side.
Yeah,
I think he wanted a bit of right hand English Welsh on that cue ball.
and we've just had our first bleep of the night, Halil. Kenny at the table.
Double in the green pocket. I tell you what,
Close.
very close. What a shot he's played there.
And
What a
Kenny
shot.
was delighted with that shot.
I won't repeat what he just said, but he's certainly delighted.
He actually just said get in.
And the crowd can't believe it. Can't believe it. Teach can't believe it. He's almost fall off his chair that the black he just missed after the double they've just made. But they're asking a question here, Teach. They're asking a serious question very early on in the first frame.
Yeah, I think just thinking about that miss black just then, I think Brian did just rush that a little bit. I think his eyes lit up at the possibility of taking the frame, and he's rushed into that.
Yeah,
shot a little
that's
bit.
the-
So they just need to settle down and play their natural game. But just give every shot the respect it deserves.
So I would take this one next in the middle of the table, which he is. Then you got the plant, and then up for the black. Yeah, nicely done.
Yeah, little angle here, so the cue ball will come over.
It's all about that black.
Yeah, I don't think you need to do anything too fancy with it, but you want to get as close to it as
You want to be close to your work, and be, as you say, Teach, close to it as possible. Not too close, obviously. Oh, wow. So Kenny Clark Kenny Bryant, sorry, to the table. Kenny Clark. What am I talking about?
That was old Chancellor, wasn't it? Old Kenneth Clark.
It was. Big shot coming up. I would say he hit that black a bit too hard, or a tad too hard, possibly. But what do I know?
No, you're absolutely right there.
I'd have been very surprised if that yellow did not drop. So, second chance to clean this fit to make it 1-0 to Dan Fox and Wayne Thomas. Has Kenny Bryant and Brian Clark, have they missed a trick there?
So just be careful how he plays this. Obviously, got
Yeah.
it in the middle pocket. Nothing silly. Give yourself a shot on the black. Yeah, he's played that very clever.
Played that very cleverly, indeed. Took the in off way out of the equation,
And this will be 1-0 to Dan
and
to
I'm looking down the line of the barrel at the black at his mercy. It should be 1-0. Indeed, it is.
And in it goes, 1-0 to the
But
Dan and Wayne.
it could have been the other way. It could have been Kenny Bryant and Brian Clark.
Yeah, they'll be disappointed with that miss, but they've got to put that to the back of their mind now.
Absolutely.
It is a race to 4.
And you know what? Teach, that same pocket, Ian David missed 2 yellows in the same pocket. One with the rest earlier. So, yep. But It's a long way to go. It's a long way to go. First to four. Once again, our winners of our first final tonight was our doubles main. It was Sam Baker and Ben McIntosh winning 4-2 against Ian David and Adam Holmes winning 4-2 in a great stand of the pool. They had the lead first of all, Ian David at 2-1, and then Sam
And Ben reeled off 3 frames.
They did very quick.
Did not miss very much from that.
Very clinical.
And Sam has stayed with us to watch the plate final. We've got a few members of the Croydon Pool League in the house tonight for this plate doubles final. Tony Baker's down here. Shout out to Steve Isaac. Rohit Tamni is down here, who is actually our singles plate finalist this year.
Wow.
We won't mention who he beat in the semi-finals. We're not going to talk about that.
Oh, and I think that is a foul. That's a foul break. That means in this rule, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, that's a re-rack of the balls, and
the break goes over to the opposing player.
Over the opposing player, or they can choose for Kenny and Brian to re-break, but highly unlikely.
I don't think they do get the choice anymore, but I will double check that. I think it automatically goes over to the other two.
And I'm just watching Kenny Bryan. He's knocking back a nice point there with a big head. I think it looks like a 99. I think he needs a flick with that point. And on a different subject, but rating the pool, our AGM. Is that due at any time soon? The AGM.
I think it is due in the next couple of weeks. I think it's an 8:15 start time with a 3 a.m. finish time.
I tell you what, Teach, there were so many. It took me about a week.
The agenda is many pages. I've got my sleeping bag and my pillow under the bike already.
Do you know what? It took me about a week to finish reading that, and I only just finished it. There was a lot of proposals on there. I'm sure some will be voted in, some will be voted out or dismissed. So a bit of a difference to our first frame where the balls were scattered everywhere. Here we got a bit more of a nip and tuck affair.
It wasn't the best of breaks there. He's kind of miscued it as well. Skimmed off the pack and almost went in off.
Great yellow there by Dan, sorry Sir Fox. Wayne Thomas to the table. Great player, great curist. I've had many tussles with Wayne. I've not beaten him at all over long distance. Great player and a great pot as well. Bit unlucky that he put the yellow safe-ish on the bottom cushion.
Yeah, I think they can play this. They're just looking at that yellow in the middle of the pack. I think it goes up to the top corner.
Indeed.
So I think the yellow in the middle is your next shot. Trace of right-hand side. Possibly come down for the one at the bottom next. No, they are going to take out that yellow that's in the cluster. Probably the right decision to take this ball next.
Yeah.
Would you like to have been one more roll?
Yeah, because I think he wanted to be straight to screw back for the yellow down the bottom on the cushion. So possibly use the red next to black to screw off that to get the white down to the bottom cushion. Unlucky there. He may have had his eye on the cannon, possibly on that. Yeah, on the red. So Kenny Bryant, first visit of the second frame. Where's our cue ball going? Where's our white going, Teach?
That white ball has gone into that dreaded top left-hand pocket.
That top right-hand top left-hand pocket has been a topic of discussion tonight. I'm not talking about my pockets either. Also, as well, folks, just to remind viewers that next Monday, It's our singles final, plate and main, next Monday, and in the hot seat we've got even I'm forgetting the name. Sean Kelly, help me out here, teach. I'm
We've got Andy Esgrove and Sean
Andy
Kelly
Esgrove.
on commentary
Oh.
for the first time ever next week, Kelly.
They're going to be in the hot seat.
So back to the second frame in the final here. So this ball in hand to Dan and Wayne. They're definitely going to take out this rather tricky yellow up the top first. And I think this is just about mapping out your routes. The black does pass into the bottom left-hand corner.
I think this first pot on the yellow is key to is possibly their passport to win the second frame.
So they're just thinking now, do they take out the bottom one first? Or they go for the one in the middle? I just always say you don't want to be going up and down and up and down.
No, absolutely not. And
I think this is the right call.
Sure.
This one down here. Get this one out of the way. And then you just leave yourself a shot on the black.
he's got a bit of mileage here to get on this yellow.
Yeah, I think you can just drop this in and the natural path of the cue ball will take him up the top, but he's just having a little look here.
It all depends if it's touching the cushion or not. Or can you see the one in the middle?
Yeah.
You can actually see the one in the middle.
I think he's just going to stun this in. He's just got to watch the pace. Ooh. He didn't get enough.
No, he did. I think he de-excelled in that. I'm not on what Excel on Microsoft Office either.
But Dan has just asked if it's touching the cushion, so it's not.
It's a clever shot there.
Clever shot.
And
crucially, they've got that yellow off the cushion now, so it certainly makes it easier.
Yeah, absolutely. It's more portable now.
I don't think there's any room behind this red, so they are going to be looking to send this cue ball round the table and try and get some cover behind some of the other reds further down the table. I mean, you've got a massive group of reds to play for here, so
absolutely.
It's just about judging the pace again.
Excuse me, folks. I was just having another pizza slice. Oh, hello. Where's his white going? Do you know where his white's going? It's going behind the red. That's where it's going. That's where it's going, behind the reds.
What a fantastic shot by Brian there.
He's played that with reversed English. We better check. Asking a question here, a massive question. I don't know if they have. I don't think they have an angle to even if they can see the towards the middle.
No, I think they can come down to the bottom cushion where Wayne's pointing.
So this would be like what they call almost like
we're looking at probably 3 cushions.
He's not liking this. He's stretching.
And the ref's going to be watching this, making sure it's a genuine attempt.
Absolutely. If you don't make a genuine attempt in these rules, it is a loss of frame.
Yeah, so Wayne's just changing the angle that he plays it here. I think he's looking for the option that is the easier of cueing. But once again, the ref's going to be watching this because when you play a genuine attempt, ability doesn't come into it. So the expectation is that you are making a genuine effort to hit the ball.
He's going to be stretching here, Teach. There's even
this is the easier angle, but it's the stretching. It's the if you were left-handed, it would be a lot easier.
And I would say, oh, as the crowd goes.
Even Rohit Tamni has said that's a genuine attempt.
So, with that now, ball in hand for Kenny Bryant and Brian Clark. They just need to mind their work here, as I keep saying a lot, and no unforced errors. Both teams they've done very well. They've a lot of matches, a lot of hard work to get here. So
yeah, they're just working out this cluster of 3 in the middle because I think you might want to at least remove one of them now if you can.
I don't know. I don't know. Is he looking to play this? Maybe. I'd be inclined to play that red on his own, up in the which is on his own.
Yeah, I agree. They don't want to leave that for too long. I just feel this 3 here are a little bit awkward. Now I didn't see that shot, so he's actually played safe there, Halil.
That's what they call shot A. Did you see that shot, Steve? I didn't see that.
I didn't see that one.
I didn't predict that. So left with another snooker, a full ball snooker on this yellow. I mean,
With this one is Dan doesn't want to slow roll this because he's going to be pushing that yellow further away from the
Yep, towards the cushion. Yeah, that's a good shout there.
So he just has to work out how he wants to play this. So maybe a little bit pacier, just bringing that yellow off the cushion and into play.
Yeah, and maybe bring the yellow down to the. Oh, he's playing a slow roll as he doing. Wow, talk about edge of the seat stuff. I wouldn't. I'm definitely not going to be walking over there because if I walk over there, that white's going to go in the pocket. So I would say tiptoeing around that side of the table.
So I think Brian's got a free shot here. This red into the middle, not an easy cut, but I think definitely worth taking on.
It's a very hard shot, but yeah, or possibly. I was thinking about maybe the cross double, but then you may have the in off.
Oh, he can see. I didn't know if he was hampered by the knuckle. No, he can see those two.
So now all the reds are in the open, but they have left the door ajar with a possible cut in the top yellow pocket, but it's very hard to control the white.
Yeah, it's really fine. Yeah, it just brings us back to that previous shot by Dan, where I wasn't expecting him to push that yellow further away from the pocket. I think he missed the trick there, but he will certainly take on the cut if it goes.
Or are they playing possibly safe? Maybe put the yellow by the pocket and leave the white on the ball cushion. Well, it was on the black. If they potted that yellow, there was on the black.
So I think this is a big moment for Kenny and Brian. I think after that first frame where they've missed a couple of balls to win it themselves, this is a big moment. They need to take these out just to give them a bit of confidence.
I mean, where the white is left now, I may be inclined to take the red into the green in the green bag, possibly. Bit of cannon there.
Yeah, a little rush of adrenaline there.
It was.
Just Kenny's not quite settled yet.
No.
Final.
But he has got an angle here. He has left an angle for Brian to put the red in the middle and maybe dislodge the other red. Not taking it on. He's taking a long. Nice shot there by Brian Clark. Great ball.
Wiped his feet slow.
It did. It knocked 2 times, but near the password. Playing the tuck there, bit of safety. Thing is, Teach, they could come off the cushion and pot this yellow.
Yeah, they can. It's a little window that's open, but I think the way Kenny's feeling at the moment, I think that was probably the right shot for him. He's not quite settled yet.
Just trying to steady the ship.
I think so. I think in that moment that was the right decision. But Dan and Wayne are just eyeing up this possible double, just to see where the gap is between these 2 reds on the right hand cushion. I don't think you can just drop this in though, because yeah, you couldn't drop it because of the position of the black.
Where's his white ball going? Oh! Can you believe it, Teach? The white in the same spot as before.
This is going to become the legendary left corner pocket final. Forget Dennis Taylor in '85 and the Blackpool final.
It's all about that left yellow pocket. Because how many times have we referred that pocket tonight? Quite a few times.
So I think the 2 boys, Kenny and Brian, are looking to probably put Wayne and Dan into a bit of trouble here. If they can bring that red that's on the right-hand cushion into play and lay a snip at the same time, I
Yeah,
think that's the shot.
absolutely. No, absolutely. No, you're spot on there, Teach. Yeah, they have to go for that red. Bring the yellow off a jar in a more developing position. At the same time, snooking the opponents, but not too hard. Not too hard.
Yeah,
That's a great shot.
He's played that nicely.
He played it very nicely.
Sam Baker's just come to join us on finals night.
Once again, many congratulations.
The winners here.
Once again, many congratulations
Well done,
to Sam Baker and Ben McIntosh for winning the doubles main for Summer League 2025.
Is that your first win with Ben?
That is, no, we won the plate. We did win the plate last year, maybe, or 2 years.
So Sam's just telling us that him and Ben, first time winning the main doubles, but they have won the plate before.
And not only they won this tournament, Teach, they also are recent winners of the Knockout Main Team Knockout when they beat 21 Club. Same team, yes, same team indeed. 8-6, I believe, in this venue. So
Dan and Wayne were
so
trying
they,
there, Halil. Back to the game over here. But
sorry,
they've just
sorry,
pushed the yellow safe.
sorry, Teach, I got distracted here. I'm talking to the winners here, to Sam. That is a great shot. So they're asking a question here again, but the thing is, when they're playing this obviously off the cushion for the yellow, they're going to push that yellow towards the pocket, hopefully.
They are, and I think they're going to leave a cue ball in a position that possibly blocks a shot on reds to the left middle. They played this at the right pace, or slightly overhit that, but good effort.
So
And they've got to take these reds.
they have to. Yeah, as you said, Teach, he just played a shot a little bit too hard. Because obviously they were trying to cut off the left side with a black.
Well, I think they were trying to bring the cue ball out of the black,
Yeah.
so they had a shot on it, but
And that is a bad miss, I'm afraid to say. Unforced error. I think he may.
can't do too many more of them tonight.
No, and I think he, and like you said earlier, I think he may have played that shot a little bit too quick. This is not straightforward. This is not a gimme.
Yeah.
It should be. It's about a 7 and 10 shot.
Just got to watch the angle here. Cut the reds around the pocket, but it should be all right if he cuts it fine enough.
And it is 2-0.
And that's a nice cut from Dan, and that is now 2-0 to Dan and to Wayne.
It could have easily been 2-0 the other way at Teach.
Yeah, they've just got to gather their thoughts together now and put it behind them. Still, it is 2-0, but in a race to 4, there is plenty of time for them to come back.
But you know what they say, Teach? You don't settle down until you win your first frame.
Yeah, they've just not settled yet, have
They haven't, no. It's just their first final that they've been in a doubles final.
I'm not sure. I would need to ask them that. I know they've been playing doubles for a long, long time, so they certainly know each other's game inside.
I saw Wayne there, he was eyeing up my pizza, hands off.
So this time it will be Dan and Wayne with the break, looking to hammer home the advantage that they've already got with this 2-0 lead. And it is Dan Fox with the break.
Going for the cut break. Yeah, for the cut break. And a yellow
Ball
pot.
potted.
And they're looking to push on here, but not.
I think they're going to take reds. That's my first inkling. I know there's a yellow covering that right corner bag. But it's whether they've got a good first yellow. Although, just look at the table again, that yellow around the blue spot.
I'm just going to say it's a test. It's a queuing shot. And you know, I would favour that. It's worth the risk, in my opinion. It's worth the risk. You put that yellow, you could be on your way to 3-0.
I also can't tell from here whether the yellow next to the black passes into that top left-hand pocket.
Yeah, it's hard to say. It's hard to tell from here.
So yeah,
Our overhead camera is not working at the moment to get that view. He's taking this yellow one.
I've just been told that the overhead camera will be working once it's installed.
Perfect. That is a great shot there.
Lovely pot
It was
that
it was 100% committed to the shot.
And Dan is moving around the table quickly.
Yeah, very. Yeah.
He's happy with that pot.
At the table is Dan. Sorry, Sir Fox. Oh, he's played that lovely. Is he on that yellow? Can't tell. I think you can tell.
I think he's on it.
He's on it.
He's on it.
He's on it like a car bonnet. Bit of hard queuing here, but he should negotiate this and pot this. All he's going to do is just drop this yellow in, which he's done.
Played nicely. So I'm assuming, Halil, that yellow near the top. next to the
It must
black
pass. It must
does
pass. And this is possibly a break and dish. Teach.
This would be a break and dish. Our first one of this doubles plate final. Kenny's just pacing around the table, hoping for just one chance.
Played a slow roll there, but yeah, if they put that Teach, and then pretty much it wasn't a gimme, but there was still a chance of a break and dish.
Yeah, you'd much rather the yellows in this situation.
Absolutely. Another miss, I'm afraid, from
Kenny and Brian.
Kenny. Yeah. I've never, teacher, in all the years I've been playing pool, and anyone's dream is to be in a final, either doubles, your team cup, knockout cup, or plate, or even a singles final. You've been in the final a couple of times, haven't you, Teach? You've been to a final a few times, haven't you?
Yeah, I think my record of finals is fairly well known, Halil. I've been in 5 singles finals.
Wow.
And lost 5 singles finals.
I wasn't aware of that, but still, it's still a great achievement. I'm sorry to bring up, I didn't mean to bring up a sore point there, but it's still a great achievement to get to 5 finals. One day, Teach, your name will be on that trophy. Big shot, he going to play the cannon off the red? No, he's held it.
In.
Where's that Kubo going? Oh, got a bit lucky there. Dan Fox raised his hand. I'm sure.
Not the best position.
No, I'm sure he said sorry, sir, to his teammates. But tonight, there's no friends, only foes tonight. Friendship is parked at the door.
So Wayne's got the next shot here, just having a little look. I think he can kind of get through to the centre to right-hand side of this yellow. Does he just roll it towards the pocket? The dreaded double fist.
The DDK, as Dennis Taylor would say. Yeah, as you said, Teach, he was trying to promote that yellow into obviously a more portable position.
I think he went for the double in the right middle. And it's just cannon the yellow, so just a slight misjudgment of pace. So back to Brian, who's got the next shot here, and
they just need to take their time, take their medicine.
Yeah, he played that nicely.
He has.
Nice pace.
Yeah, Kenny just needs to take his time.
I think if you haven't played on this table, Halil, much, you don't realise just how fast it is.
No, absolutely.
Fall very hard.
Me and my partner Mark Stella, we played on this table in the first round of this tournament of the main, and it caught us both out. Yeah, I like what he's doing here, Teach. He's just taking his time here, just gathering his thoughts here. That's not a bad show. Not a bad show.
I think he's left the gap though.
Has he left the Watford gap?
Can't tell, but
Very hard to tell, yeah.
yeah, I think you can certainly see the yellow. Whether he's got enough of the potting angle, but Dan's got down very quickly.
I'm just going to say he got done very quickly for that, yeah.
No, he couldn't quite see the potting angle.
The problem is now, Teach, he's put that yellow in a more of a. It's still potable, but now if I was, yeah, I would bring that red out, with the red nearest to them, to bring that red out in a more promising position. But obviously, don't go in off. Watch the in off.
Yeah, they're just seeing if they can get through to this red in the middle, because if they can, then it is game on.
Yeah,
The yellow in its position up the top now, you've kind of got a couple of free shots here.
you do, but also at the same time as well, the red nearest to it, they could bring it off. They could bring it further out in a more promising position. So they've got options. They've got options.
I think Kenny's just had a little word with Brian there, just to say, don't do anything silly. It's a big frame at 2-0 down.
Very, very big for him, and the last thing you want is to give him ball in hand with the yellow and black in close proximity of each other.
So as you mentioned earlier, Halil, the clock is not.
It's not a fact. It's not a factor in these finals. Yeah, if it was me, I'm just saying it, I'd have liked that red in a bit more open position.
Yeah, I don't mind that shot, but I don't think that's made the red in easier.
No, it
I
hasn't.
think they missed the trick there.
Yeah, because your choice was the possible red in the middle.
I don't think they could see it, but I think certainly bringing that red into a more promising potting position is definitely.
Got to be careful that he doesn't go behind Mr. Yellow or the other and go behind the yellow. Play that lovely shot there by Wayne Thomas.
I think you can't leave someone of Wayne's quality.
No,
A shot like
that's a great dump.
And now it's a test of Dan's queuing off the cushion here for this black in the middle and a 3-0 lead.
And what a black by Dan. Sorry, sir, Fox. 3-0.
Take a commanding 3-0 lead.
3-0 lead.
Frame from victory.
One frame away from taking the beans and the egg and the hash browns to win possibly the doubles plate for Summer League 2025. For viewers who have just joined us just now, this is our second final of tonight. The winners of our first final was the doubles main, which was Ben McIntosh and Sam Baker, winning 4-2 against Ian David and Adam Holmes. So many congratulations to them. It was a great final. Commiserations to Ian and Adam. But now this is the main event. The doubles plate final. This is what it's all about, Teach. You cut the tension with a knife.
Yeah, it's a big break, this one. I think Brian obviously foul broke a couple of frames ago, so I think it's going to be over to Kenny now to show Brian how that break can be nailed down here, because we've had some cracking breaks tonight.
We have.
Breaks have been the highlight. Of the
Yeah,
night.
it has, and there's not been that many dry breaks either, has it?
No, it's been a high quality.
Yeah, very, very much so.
And I think, as you said earlier, Kenny and Brian just need to get that one frame on the board. And I think it's game on.
Yeah, they need to win that first frame, which they haven't done. You know, they had chances, but just to settle the nerves, as you say, you know, it's a big final.
And the problem in finals, Hello, is the more balls you miss, the more it plays on your mind.
Absolutely.
The arm tenses.
Absolutely.
And it's very hard to get out of that rut. So,
Yep, absolutely.
So Kenny's just making sure the rack is tight now. And he needs to get this right.
And I like what they're doing here. They're just taking their time, not rushing things. Gotta say, Kenny Bryan looking very smart tonight with a supporting a nice shorts.
And it is Kenny with the break.
It is indeed. Lovely break there, right middle of the table.
So lovely here.
Is that a dry break?
That is a dry break.
I just want to pass today, sadly, we've lost a great player in the 9-ball league, in the world of 9-ball. His name was Mickey Imam. Sadly passed away. I think he had some struggles with cancer.
He'd been poorly the last couple of
He
years.
has been indeed. So, very sad loss. Was he two times world 9-ball champion? I know he won it once for sure. I'm not sure if he won it twice, but a great pool player. A big loss. to the.
Many appearances in the Mosconi Cup.
I'm just going to say yes.
Great
Yeah,
Europe
yeah.
So back to the match tonight, down to the table.
And a chance to, not a straightforward chance, but a chance to win this 4-0.
So they've gone for yellows.
The only ladies loser is like the guys are in there like.
Trying to force it.
Is he dropping a cherry or is he forcing?
And once again, Teach, the same pocket, the same top yellow pocket is providing an obstacle for many of the players tonight. Must be a goalkeeper now.
Yeah, it's one of those pockets that's a little bit unforgiving. If you hit it true and in the centre, it will go every time, but if you're slightly off, then it will not take it.
So this is basically last chance saloon.
Yeah, I think they've got a little bit of protection, Kenny and Brian, with this red over the bottom right bag. So I think they can do something with these reds at the top as soon as possible.
Absolutely, because Dan and Wayne, they could play the loss of turn shot, which would then open the pocket up for the yellows. I'm losing my voice here, Teach.
So I think they're going to drop this red into the top right-hand pocket. Kenny's just got to cue this straight. Nicely done. Very nice pop.
And you know what, Teach? That will do him a bit of confidence. As well.
Yeah, he's just had a deserved sip of the beer after that shot, Halil. So they've still got to navigate this issue with this yellow over the bag.
They have.
And they've just got to be careful now. They've just got to draw back a little bit. Maybe just settle for a loss of turn.
Yeah, maybe loss of turn and take their medicine. Because I don't think they can't play the follow through on the red, the wrong angle.
Yeah, I think the skill shot is
because they're going away from not there. No. I don't know if you can actually see the second second red. I'm not sure if you can. It's hard to tell from here. We're still waiting for that overhead camera to be installed. I think it's going to be installed next week by Sky TV.
Yeah, Kenny's just taking his time here again, which is the right thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think somehow he wants to try and pot the yellow as a loss of turn and leave the cue ball.
Yeah,
I just don't know if he's quite got the angle to do that.
No. Yeah, I don't think you can see that second red. I'm not sure if you can.
But there's no point leaving the reds up there, so they've got to make something happen here.
Absolutely. Yep.
And if it is the loss of turn, then so be it. I think they're just looking at this plant and just seeing how makeable it is.
So loss of turn there, but do you know what? Not the worst result. But what they could do, Teach, is possibly play the plant on the yellow, play the plant on the yellow to take the red out, and then basically the obstacle then for Kenny and for Brian is that red near the black.
Yeah, I can't tell if that red passes into the right-hand corner at the moment.
Do you know what? I'm looking from here and he doesn't. No. Yeah, definitely that red does not pass the black.
So now you're a double act now. You were solo before. Now you're a double act.
He's found his life partner now.
You two make a marvellous couple.
Just been told that we've been
When is the wedding anyway with you two?
and next week.
What a fantastic shot
I'm loving this live
by Dan
commentary.
then.
I'm absolutely
He's
hooked.
managed to get the loss of turn and lay the snooker.
Do you know what? I'm not so words. We've just been given some nice words about our commentary, about our comms.
I love it. Who's popping cherries and who's pouring custard at the moment?
So Kenny and Brian are on reds,
Cherries.
on cherries,
Popping cherries.
popping cherries. Oh,
Fox and somebody else is pouring custard.
they are indeed, yes.
They've had a little bit of luck there, hello.
They have indeed.
This is for any non-people that are listening. This is a non-call. No, I love it. And you're not on the same team, are you? Have you introduced yourself or anyone listening?
We have, but if we haven't,
And that you're from opposing teams?
we are indeed from
Can you
different.
call them again? Yeah.
And
And
I-
you're from...
All the table from Division 2, South
What's your
Cod,
name?
Halil Nadim.
That's your old team name.
Oh,
Anyway,
no,
back to the match in hand.
back in the match in hand, indeed.
Right. Has someone just popped a bit of... Someone just popped a cherry.
Indeed.
Come on, let's pour some custard now. You don't even want to know what I call the black. I forget the measles white. I'm going to be dancing this, I know. I'm just one of the line dancers.
So back to this now.
Anyone actually lived to listen to that live?
Only Steve.
I love the idea because anybody who up there, because we did it 2 weeks ago, and I came in and
So I think the plan is to teach. I'm just thinking a couple of shots ahead here. Possibly they look into, and you know what? They played a clever shot there, because if they get a chance, they can put the yellow down a cushion as a big pocket as well.
Do you know what? Kenny's played that absolutely beautifully.
He has indeed.
That's his best shot of the night.
It has.
Great positional.
And this is their chance to win their first frame of the night.
my husband, he plays.
Yeah, because I think they put that red there, Steve, as possibly a big pocket for the yellow down the cushion. Possibly.
So just got to mind his angles here. He needs to give himself a shot.
He does.
Red, so quick stun.
Wow. He's played this.
So I think he's tried to get the black out with that shot and actually potted the red. So he's got.
This is a very, very fine cut, but the white is going to be travelling. It's going to be travelling cue ball, possibly in the middle. Do you know what? I would just, if I was them, I wouldn't even. I would just lay this in the pocket.
So Kenny Bryant's got this shot on the black.
Wow, where are we going with this? Oh dear. Oh no. Ooh, now that's interesting. That's made it very interesting.
But the cat.
Amongst the pigeons, Teach. From
How long's it been since you heard that say?
1934. That's made it very interesting.
So ball in hand once again, anywhere on the table. Obviously, you can't play a skill shot on the black
Correct.
as yellows.
Correct. Yeah, for a moment there, Steve, it was looking possibly that black was in open play, but yeah, now Wayne and Dan.
I think this is quite a big bag. I think Dan thinks he can sneak this behind the black.
Okay.
And that is slightly disastrous. I think from this angle, he's got half a pocket to aim for.
Just take,
He plays it slowly.
but just take.
drops.
Wow. He did,
And that is their first frame.
Their first frame.
Are on the boards.
and Kenny is up and out. Is
He's
over
not
them.
happy, Kenny.
No, but you know what? This could be.
The comeback of all comebacks.
It could be comeback. We could be in for a long night. But you know what? But you know what? That could be what they're looking for.
Yeah, that'll give them a lot of confidence.
Absolutely. Because they should have won the first frame, had a chance of the second frame. I mean, Yeah, it's 3-1, but it could have been easily 2-all. To be fair to Flair.
So 3-1 still to Dan and Wayne. And
Yeah.
here's Wayne with the red.
Yeah, they've still got a big advantage still. 3-1, as you say. But you know, for Wayne and Brian, that white was travelling around the table. That was a
So reds are lovely, but can he see the first one?
well. Do you know what? That's 3 reds off the table. 3 reds off the table. Unbelievable. But you know what? If they can they see it? Yeah, they can put the red. I think down the bottom table. I don't think they can. No.
No, I don't think they've got a sight of any reds.
But you know what? The 2 yellows near the black could be a plant in the bottom right corner.
Into that. Yeah, they're just looking at that. Into the cushion and off the reds. I don't think they've got anything else to go for. So.
No. Do you know what? They're extremely unlucky. Are they going? Nope. They're going for this plant.
Yeah, no, they are playing the plant. No.
No. Wow.
Yeah, that wasn't really on that cut.
No, it wasn't. No.
It's unlucky. 'Cause it was
But
a massive break.
you know what? I don't know. If I was Ken and Brian, sorry, I would. Whether you take a chance on this yellow. Well, they're going for reds here, of course. Of course. What am I talking about? What a shot! It could indeed be the tides be turning. And as you say, Teach, this could be the mother of all comebacks. They're just going to mind their work here, just going to mind this shot.
Yeah, whether they can avoid the kiss on the yellow, I'm not sure.
Possibly not, but as long as in open play, not a bad shot.
Well,
He has indeed.
really well. Now it's all about the black, isn't it?
Is indeed.
Does the black pass down the rail, or are they going to look at a double?
Anything's possible, but I think they just need to just drop these in, take their time over it, and then leave themselves some obviously a shot on the black, a nice angle on the black. Just drop this in. He's gone a bit too far. Do you know what? That is actually a very nice angle, actually, to get on the black, or to bring the black out anyway.
Yeah, I think Brian's now got the pace of the table. It's taken
He has
a little
indeed.
while, but he's in the zone.
Oh,
So that shot tells me that the black doesn't pass down the rail.
No.
So I think they've just got to make sure they hit this black now.
yep. I'd make a genuine attempt. They could be hit. They could be hitting this 100 mile an hour. It could be. Hold on to your hats. Hold on to your hats.
He's played that at the right pace. I think
And
that's
al-
now out in the
yeah,
open.
and also
Asking the question.
it's very much asking the question. And in some ways, put Wayne and Dan under a little bit of pressure here,
And then I've literally got 10,
because they haven't got an easy first starter.
No, they've got this yellow up the line, and I think it could be a shot to nothing because I'm not sure the black passes into the right-hand pocket.
Yep.
But Dan is just having a chat about that.
Yeah. So just to confirm, you can convey with each other before you approach the table. But when you approach the table, then obviously talking stops. You're not allowed to talk.
It's raining, so you put over, like the crime scene thing.
Just take, and I like what he's doing here. Just taking the time, just composing themselves. They're
I
not.
think they're discussing that if the yellow does drop in the corner, what their next shot is.
Yeah, because when they drop that in, then possibly the yellow could be the next ball, or they could be possibly playing the snooker, but the 2 yellows at the top there, possibly.
And I'm careful. And I've got small phones as well.
Yeah, so Wayne's got this shot. Awkward queuing.
It's a great ball,
That's clever. Absolutely
very clever. And you know what? This could be curtains, could be possibly curtains. Yeah.
Just got to watch the cannon here. I think he's going to cannon that
Yeah,
top yellow with this.
yeah. He wanted to be a bit straighter, but then I think he focused all his attention on that pot.
Yeah, Dan's just having a little look at
Yeah.
the line of the cue ball.
If you can miss the yellow, then better. Yeah. I think possibly.
It's not disastrous.
No.
I think he's got to go at this. Just got to. I'm sure the ref will be having a close look.
Yeah, if Wayne pots this, it could be the passport to win not only the frame but the match and to become doubles plate winner 2025.
I think Wayne's concern is that because it's such a difficult shot,
He may
he
play.
misses it. He's leaving the black.
He is indeed. So he may. The thing is, he wants to play maybe a snooker, but obviously you got to hit a cushion after you make contact with the object with the object ball with the
I've
yellow.
got to take this on here, Halal.
He's played the positive shot.
Played it, and that was always the risk.
It was. This is not. But to be fair to Flair, this is not a gimme. So, but they have to go. They have to be fully committed. Well, they're looking for maybe the cut in the middle.
Here's Kenny. Kenny's got the black. He's going
He's
to
got.
dig a little
He's got to watch this white where he's going.
Yes, Ken.
What a! It was easier than we thought. 3-2. Teach.
3-2. Who would have seen that 10 minutes ago?
And it was 10 minutes ago, literally. They were 3-0 down. All to play for. All to play for.
And all credit to Ken
Absolutely.
and Brian.
Yes.
Because, you know, at 3-0 down, their heads were dropped.
No. And you know what? There's a bit of purpose. No, and a bit of
Swagger.
very much swagger on the table. Earlier on, they were swinging it, nervous. Now there's. Yeah, Ken
Kenny's
just.
just come over for a mid-match interview.
He has.
He's a man of very few words.
They've got goalkeepers on the pockets, so seriously.
How you feeling, Kenny? You're feeling good?
Goalkeepers have done that.
Goalkeepers in the pockets. We call them gremlins. They're gremlins down here.
Yeah, that top. That top bag is been posing a lot of problems for a few of the players tonight.
Most of them Steve, yeah.
And it's actually whose break is it tonight? The break was break. It's actually
It is back to Brian and Kenny. So
wow,
that's massive.
very massive. Just been informed the tides could be turning, possibly.
Just going to ask
Possibly.
Rohit Tammy who he's cheering on tonight. Who would you like to win, Rohit?
Kenny and Brian.
You'd like Kenny and Brian, and why is that, Rohit?
You were telling me about, all the group.
Cheering on the underdog?
Yeah, the underdog.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The underdog. It's nice to see the favourites get beat once in a while.
Hashtag.
And they've got a ball off. They got a ball off, and and you know what? They could be off and running here. There's a bit of a
Definitely reds here, couple of yellows.
absolutely.
Dead on the cushion.
But you know what? They are. They're definitely finding their step. They have definitely settled.
The best one is Penge Avengers. I don't know why.
Nice compliment.
I like that.
And the canniness of Kenny pushing another yellow safe.
Do you know
That is
what?
experience for you, Halil.
Absolutely, but also where earlier on where the kisses wasn't going their way, now they're going their way. Because to be fair to Flair, probably I would say Dan and Wayne are the favourites to win this. He's played a little bit of a soft chance there, but
Yeah, he's slightly on here. I
They're
think
still enjoying the pizza here. There's a bunch of pizzas.
I think they're
still
going to try
loving.
and play a loss of turn here,
And now,
Halil.
which one's he going? The measles going to hit. Is it custard? Is he custard or cherry? Is he going to pop in or pouring?
And that's a great shot.
he played a very clever shot there.
He popped a cherry. But there's still some good pizza.
Anyway, back to the pool.
Just one of the regulars come over for a chat.
Absolutely. Just,
The game at all.
but he has played a clever shot there, as you say, Teach.
And I think we've got a nice little cagey one.
We have indeed. We have, and this could go in either way.
Well, it's a nice little bundle, though, isn't it?
as we say, teaches a cluster in the middle of the table.
Yeah, and I think we're looking at a cagey frame because obviously
But this-
Kenny
but-
and Brian have won the last two, so
And
they're
it-
looking to push on.
Yeah, but
I
also
think Dan and Wayne are reeling a little bit, so they
They
just
are.
want to slow this down a little bit and try and stop the momentum that the other two boys have gained.
yeah, because all four players, they can play. I mean, they're all four of them are attacking players, but yeah. So with Dan and Wayne, as you say, they're looking to slow this down. Yeah, this won't be this frame will not be resolved in a few minutes. We could be here for a while.
Yeah, I think they've gone a little bit negative there with that shot. I think they've missed the trick of getting at least two of those yellows out into the open whilst you've still got this cluster in the middle. I'm very much a believer of, don't play safe unless you need to play safe. And if you can develop a ball at the same time, then take advantage of that. So, yes, they get ball in hand, but what do you do with that when you've still got three balls on the cushion? So, like I said, if you're going to play safe, at least develop a ball at the same time.
That's a voice of experience right there, and I'm not joking. That is proper experience, proper match play. Because as you say,
That's a 5-time singles losing finalist.
you
If only
say,
if I'd listened to my own advice in those finals.
well, but no, you definitely got a point there because they've already got tied balls. The other yellows are tied up, so as you say, they may have missed a trick there.
Yeah, as I said, there's just no advantage of getting ball in hand
But
at the
but,
moment.
but also as well, Kenny and Brian, they can probably sense that as well. They're not going for the juggler.
No, they're not going to force anything yet.
No,
They
no,
don't
of
need
course
to.
not, of course not.
Momentum's with them. And Kenny's moving around that table like it's 1991.
That was a great year. That was 1991.
Well, Kenny was telling me last week that was a year that he was actually in the final of the Croydon League. I can't remember if it was the singles or the doubles, but he was telling me that story
Wow.
a couple of weeks ago. What were you doing in 1991, Halil?
I was 16, and I was in college, trying to cut my teeth to begin my IT career, and I was also actually also in 1991 actually, believe it or not, that's when I started playing pool on the pool table when I was 16. So yeah, made my debut playing pool when I was 16. Not competitively. When I was, mind you, when I was 10 years old, I was watching wrestling. But that's for another story. Anyway, back to the action. Just trying to promote some of the balls, the reds open.
And while those two yellows are tight on that bottom cushion, I think Kenny and Brian are playing the right shots here.
Yeah, and you know what? They're dictating the pace of this tape. Yeah, they're definitely settled. They're definitely settled in the match now.
Yeah.
They feel they're part of the final now, where before they had a few unforced errors, but now that's all forgotten now. They got their tail up, and possibly within one frame of leveling this up at 3 apiece. And if it's 3 apiece, it's going to be anybody's
It would be a decider.
to take the beans and the hash browns.
Yeah, so Dan and Wayne are having a good think about this because I think once again you just need to, if you're going to play safe, that's fine, but try and develop something at the same time. See, putting the yellow back into the cluster.
Yeah,
I'm not
that's the
sure
thing. And the thing
there's
is,
any value.
and he almost brought their opponent's red out. So I'd be inclined to see that red on the right hand side cushion, or near the right hand cushion, to maybe try and just bring that towards the pocket, the bottom right hand corner pocket, possibly, or possibly, I know it's a bit of a risky shot, the red nearest to the yellow. Try and go for that down the bottom right hand corner, promote the other red at the same time.
I think we're just at that point, Halil, where nobody wants to take that chance, do they?
No. Yeah, that's exactly what I was looking at there. Thinking of putting.
Say is
Yeah.
suggesting
Yeah.
playing the red that's
Yeah.
to the right of
Yeah.
the cluster,
Yeah. And then
sitting on the right.
because you'll develop the other red at the same time.
No, they are going to take that loose red. So I just think once again, Dan and Wayne have got a chance now to certainly do something with that yellow that's on the bottom cushion next to the red.
Yeah, to put that, to try and develop that and put it more towards the pocket.
Even just hitting it full in the face and pushing the red.
Yeah,
Away.
maybe putting the red safe. Very clever shot. Very clever shot.
Yeah,
they played there.
Somebody had to make a move there,
Yeah.
and Dan and Wayne
It's
have
like a
made the first
do you know?
move.
It's like it's like a battle. It's like a battle of chess. Just jockeying for position. And it is literally move for move now.
Yes, I think Kenny and Brian need to get a plan together because
They do.
the last few shots they've just been knocking the red
They have.
around without actually maybe a plan in place. So
They're looking at possibly maybe this plant in the middle. This 10-ball plant in the middle. They've gone against that.
yeah, I think that would have been suicidal.
Yeah, nice safety shot there.
So nothing risky at the moment. There's no need to.
Nope.
Because I think if they nick this frame and take it to 3-all, they possibly become favourites.
Yeah, it possibly become favourite, and they'll fancy it, and they'll fancy the job then. Because I go back to that very first frame where they had a chance to win that first frame twice on the black,
Yeah, two misses on that
on the black
into the same pocket.
in the same pocket. So it could have been easily 3-2 to the other way. Yeah, Kenny and Brian, they're giving Wayne and Dan a lot to think about here. So they're probably going to be playing the
They're going to play a little snooker here.
yeah, indeed. There we are. But
Now,
not.
that's quite clever.
It is
because
because
they can't attempt any of those two reds in the cluster because it's going to open everything up.
Yeah, it's a very. It is a clever shot, but also you can't. They can't. Where in the real rules where you can just come off a cushion,
Roll into the pack.
roll in the pack. Now they've got to hit it and make sure that contact is made with the cushion afterwards, after hitting the object ball. So, from being as it is now, asking a major question. Hold,
They are going to play that loose red.
actually, a very good shot there because they've avoided the cluster and they've managed to hit the loose thread that they could see.
Yeah, they're in a little bit of trouble now because they're going to play this yellow that's on the bottom cushion and just leave the cue ball there.
Yep.
And they're going to force Kenny and Brian to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Split this
Yeah. Do you remember the rules teach when you can just rope to a ball, literally in the
I
middle?
do not miss them, Halil.
No, same here.
And you can still walk into the Bell Pub in Lower Sydenham, and those boys down there will still be playing those same rules.
Wow. What, for the pool league or just local
Just their own little
pub rules?
Friday night, Saturday night,
Wow.
bit of reggae music.
Do you need a passport to enter to Lewisham? I'll have to ask someone.
No, not Lewisham.
Maybe Croydon.
Yeah, so that was the shot I thought they
Yeah,
I still think
maybe.
they could have brought that yellow out
I was
a
going to
little
say
bit more.
yeah, a bit more developing. Yeah, absolutely.
Little tricks.
Yeah, they're bit tentative on that shot, as you say. Yeah, they need to somehow.
They've got two choices here. They can flick off the pack and try and take the cue ball up to the top. They've just got to mind the centre pocket.
Yeah.
There's also a possibility of that red that they're pointing at now onto the yellow.
Yeah,
into the
possibly.
middle bag.
Yeah, they just.
I mean, it's a massive shot.
And also, if they miss it, if they miss that, it's going to open the whole game up. Is it worth taking that risk at this stage? I'm not sure. I think I'm more inclined to take your first suggestion. Just play safe off the red, but bring the red on the right hand side a little bit more in open to play. As Teach looks at the clock, we're now approaching 10 here in the Westbeck Theatre.
Now, this could be an opportunity here because this yellow that's landing in the blue spot
Yeah,
cuts into the left middle
it's very similar to a snooker shot where you got the blue on the spot.
and straight into the
Yeah,
top of the pack.
into the
Play it
apex,
right.
into the apex ball, and open them all up. It'd be like a bed of roses.
And he does want to catch this top yellow
He does full in the face.
full in the face, and everything will part like Moses.
I think they have to take this on. This could be a passport to the. So
Yeah, I'm not sure about that shot.
no,
And that's what happens when you lose the last two frames.
you do,
Neil.
yeah,
It's
because
that
because
negative
because
mindset.
yeah, because you're just picking them reds. So you're picking your balls off one by one. Yeah, I think I'd have been more inclined, as you say, Teach, to put that yellow in the middle, split the pack open. They're 3-2 up. They got nothing. They got.
I think Dan was actually trying to pop the other team's
Right.
red as a loss of turn there. It didn't quite turn out, but I still just think it was very negative.
Did him to put that? So
So I think slight advantage to yellows here. I think
Yep,
that's
indeed.
the right shot by Wayne. But once again, Brian and Kenny have got no reason to disturb that pack. So I think what Dan and Wayne are now going to look to do is to sink that loose red somehow. Obviously not yet; it's not their turn, but
yeah, if I was them, I would try and get that red away from the yellows to stop that shot from happening.
yeah, you want to keep it in play, but you don't want to send it up the other end of the table.
Not
where it
no,
becomes
exactly.
almost.
Do you know, I'm just looking from here. I'm looking at the table. I can't tell if the two reds. I know there's quite a distance between the two of them on camera. Whether they can knock that as a well, I'm thinking ahead here of a possible plant in the middle, in the right middle. That's probably a bit far fetched.
Yeah, he's having a look at the pack now, Brian. He might just choose to do a bit of a slow roll here and just try and roll behind it. No, he's just looking at a good cue ball.
So the attacking shot here, Teach, would be to put the yellow in the pocket and straight into the pack.
And now that red's gone safe on the right-hand cushion.
I would.
It's worth a go.
I think the thing is, Teach, as you say, you could be tapping away. I think it's time to go for the juggler. I think if you can go for the yellow, it's a free shot. They got, as you say, the thing is they've put Kenny and Brian. They put that red safe on the right hand side. It's a free shot. Play that with left hand side into the pack.
I think this next shot, Halil, will tell us a lot about how Dan and Wayne are feeling at the moment.
Very true.
Because
Very
they're
true.
looking at the pack from the top, so they're looking at possibly just playing off the top of the pack here. I know they've spoken about it. I can see.
By pushing more yellows out. Yeah. Okay.
And just leaving a safe cue ball.
Yeah. Very true. It's a good.
Spot
It's
left-hand
not a bad choice. Now then.
Yeah, see, I don't mind that shot, but once again, I think they've missed an opportunity to
Do you think of it?
have a go at some
Yeah. I mean, they've had two chances, haven't they? They had, as you say, the chance earlier on when the red was in the middle of the table, and then as you say, but then, maybe they're just using their savvy here, and just waiting for their time.
Yeah, they've clearly got a plan in
They
place.
have indeed, yeah. But at the same time, no. Is that a double?
I think Kenny's tried to play loss of turn. Didn't quite work.
Right.
No damage done.
No, not at all.
Red's out as well.
Yeah, and the three yellows in the middle of the table. They're still tight.
And there's no way that
that
Wayne is looking to open up that
Not at all.
because he's turned it down twice now. So he's not
He
opening
has,
it up now.
yeah. Because, as you rightfully said, Teach, when they were 3-0 up, they were attacking, they're going for it, and they lost the last two in a row. Very, very conservative. But yeah, it's
So I think Wayne's just going to go for a little snooker here. Trying to leave his opponents.
Do you know what?
not
I'd be-
much of a shot.
I'd be inclined to do. Oh, I'm thinking of the maybe the in off here in the middle, but maybe glance off the red
Yeah, I think you've got to get that red into play now.
into play, but maybe try and push maybe that red, maybe one of their reds, so yellow's on the cushion, possibly. What do I know? Teach.
I think at this point you want to get one red into play, and clearly neither of them want to split this pack.
No, of course.
So force your opponents to do so.
So you're gonna try and bring this yellow out into open play. I can see the opportunity. I can see what he's trying to do there. So try and develop both both reds.
So I think now they're going to take this ball over the corner pocket, and if they leave themselves an angle that Dan's having a look at now, then I think this is the time. They've been waiting for this. The pace on this is crucial. And that's slightly too far.
Yes, but on other tables they could have been lower. So it's the pace of the table that's caught them out again. Because once again we are playing in a neutral venue.
I think with that shot you need to underhit it rather than overhit
Yeah,
it.
play on the shy
You
side.
had a choice of two
Yeah,
yellows that you could
Because
play
you
the next
you
shot.
wanted to be lower
Yeah,
than higher.
and lower
Exactly.
on either of those bottom two. So he's just going to...
I think that's a fair shot. To be fair,
Yeah, I think in that position,
why force it?
that was clever.
Yeah, why force it? They're just trying to be. They're trying to just play smart pool here, and not chance their arm
And
just
I
yet.
think if they get ball in hand, then they've got a huge chance.
It could, yeah, absolutely, and it could be curtains. It all depends on this first shot.
Yes, they've got a choice of two yellows to then play off into the pack.
Yeah,
I think it depends who's next, because obviously left hand versus right hand could be coming to play.
Ah, yes,
here.
very good point. Very good point.
So if I was playing, I'd be taking that one over the left hand pocket because I'm a left-hander.
So
Dan, as a right-handed player, is playing the other ball and looking to run through.
I'm just thinking, are they looking to pot the yellow and develop the other two yellows?
Yeah, they're running
Yeah,
into the pack
yeah,
here.
yeah. Just looking for that angle.
Just got this angle right now.
Yeah, they're just going to judge the cannon on the black
Don't
and
need to hit it too hard.
yeah, on the black and the red. And there we go. And the black's gone a little bit further than it should have, but this could be their chance.
Yeah.
To-
do a little stun shot here.
Wow. I have to say, a surprising miss by Wayne. Very surprising miss. As Teach knocks half the drinks over. We almost lost our live feed. This
Jumped up because I was having a look at whether the black pass is in the corner.
we almost lost the feed to the whole world here.
The word I'm getting is that the black does not pass into that corner.
Is that affirmative?
That is according to John Sayers.
Wow. That's an extra pair of eyes. Who's ref in this match?
But to be fair to Kenny and Brian, in this position, they just have to be back at the table.
Absolutely, because they made. To be fair, they weren't expecting another shot in the final. As John Sayers has just shown us another a photograph of it. Yes,
The black does not pass.
very high resolution. I think that's that four. I think it's a 4K picture. I didn't see what happened there. Did you see what happened there?
Yes, they potted the red into the corner. So it looks like they're going.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they've checked this corner black, because we can confirm the black does not pass the yellow at the moment.
One final mistake, it could be their last. So they have to be.
And that's
Do you know that's not? Do you know what? That could have been worse.
A little bit of pressure getting to both teams at the
Yeah,
moment.
absolutely, absolutely.
And I think we're going to look at a
But-
little
but-
safety shot here.
Nice shot here. He got down very quickly, but knew the shot. Yeah, there was no hesitation by Dan there. And this,
So this is a big shot now for Brian. It will be Brian's shot. And the black is now open, so... Just wondering if that red is blocking the yellow up the top, whether you want to move it.
oh,
I
hello.
don't know.
He's gone for hit and hope.
Yeah. Part of me was thinking maybe leave that red up there.
Yeah, 'cause it was-
Gives you a ball to hit,
Because
but
it was, as you say,
blocking a
it was
yellow.
blocking yellow, and that could have been their saviour. They're just discussing now.
So it was a legal shot, so it's not ball in hand, it's just play from where it is.
Correct.
But it is a
So
straight yellow into
so
the
Wayne's
middle.
playing this one in the middle.
Just needs to watch his angle here. It's pretty straight, this yellow.
He is.
So he's going to have to do a little bit of work with the cue ball, but Dan's got that power. And he has stunned that across beautifully.
You couldn't put that wide better by hand. And I think this could be all she wrote coming up.
Are we going to get the rest out for the second time tonight?
Possibly.
Or can he reach? He's having a good old stretch.
He is indeed.
Oh, he's
Just
gonna
gonna
be fine.
just gonna drop this in. Wow. Teach can't believe it. I can't believe it. None of us can believe it. But
So he
Nice.
tried to pinch the pocket there slightly.
he
Draw
did.
it back to the
But
back.
also in his defence, he was stretching quite a bit.
I think in that situation, then maybe just run the cue ball through, and then you have a black
Just
in the middle.
take your medicine. Yeah, because I think the black does go in the middle.
But anyway, over to Reds. And it's Kenny.
Is an unexpected. Have we got an unexpected twist in this sixth frame?
Yeah, I don't think Kenny's played that. I don't think he's played to pop that because of where he's left the cue ball. I think he's basically saying to Dan, have a go.
Yeah,
Clear the pocket if you can.
very true. How was that not dropped? It's anyone's guess.
They can't talk between this now.
No, they
No,
can't.
they can. They're back to the table.
Yeah,
aren't
they are.
So they can.
As long as they don't
talk
touch
if
the
want to.
table, they can. Because Brian hasn't actually touched the table yet. Just need to decide what they want to do here.
I think Kenny's instruction to Brian is to pop that one up the top
Okay.
because the cue ball's naturally coming down.
Just got to watch the pace and the in off as well. That's not a bad shot. I don't know if you can see it. Very tense sixth frame. We're coming to the crux, to the final part of our two-parter final tonight.
Double header.
It's a double header, and it'll be the same again next Monday when we have our singles main and plate.
In the plate final, it's Tony Jackson, the heavy favourite, against Rohit Tamni, the underdog.
And in the other final, you've got Scott Harrison against who?
It's going to be either Paul Wildman or Mickey Samuel. They've not played their semi-final yet because Paul's been quite poorly recently. But he was up the club tonight and he was looking a lot better.
This is a great effort. This is a great effort by Wayne. Oh, how was that not dropped? 3 times they've had to go with that yellow, and it hasn't. They've hit it every single time, and it hasn't dropped. Don't tread carefully there.
Sure, I'd want to be Reds now, though. It's
No,
not
exactly.
The greatest of leaves. It's one of those where, can you lay the snooker again? They're going to try to.
It's a big ask.
Yes, go on.
Oh, hello. Ooh. So,
Okay, Okay.
This
so
could this with Dan Fox coming to the table, or is it Wayne? Yeah, it's Dan Fox.
is Dan
Yeah, it's a natural to play this with a black in the same pocket.
cushion first?
And oh,
He'll take that.
he will take that. I don't think he played that, but this.
For the doubles plate trophy.
And there it is.
There it is. Wayne sinks.
There it is.
Black.
Your winners of the doubles plate Summer League 2025, Dan Fox and Wayne Thomas.
Congratulations.
Absolutely. And commiserations to Kenny Clark, Kenny Bryant, and Brian Clark. And Wayne Thomas there gives a fist to the camera. 2 great matches tonight.
And it's been a pleasure working with you again.
Yeah,
tonight,
Teach has
Emil.
been a real pleasure.
Thank you for the pizza.
Absolutely. No, my pleasure is all. The pleasure is all yours. Just want to remind everyone that next Monday it's singles final, singles plate, singles main, with Andy Esgrove and Sean Kelly
On commentary.
on commentary for the first time. Keep an eye on that one. I'll be here in attendance. It's going to be packed out, live and in living colour. For Hachley on the Dean and Teach, Steve Aldridge, signing off. Thanks again.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone, and God bless.
Well done. Partner. Dan, well done, mate. Stunning. Stunning.
I think I wore off my voice towards the end, but hopefully I wasn't too bad.